Hey everyone, I'm Nick, and this is my BLEVE or boiling liquid expansion vapor explosion discussion. A specific event I want to talk about was a propane tank explosion that occurred on April 9th, 1998 at Albert City, Iowa. A local volunteer fire department was dispatched to a propane tank fire at a turkey farm. When they arrived on scene, they decided to perform a defensive operation by watering down the exposures adjacent to the propane tank. Their goal was to protect the surrounding buildings until the propane tank burnt itself out. Some firefighters positioned themselves between the propane tank and turkey sheds. After several minutes into the operation, the tank exploded. When this happened, it exploded into 4 different parts in 4 different directions. 2 firefighters were struck by a piece of metal and were killed instantly. 6 other firefighters from arriving units and a deputy sheriff was also seriously injured. They suffered various injuries from fractures to burns. This incident was caused by 2 people riding on a 4-wheel off-road vehicle who struck 2 metal pieces between the propane tank and 2 vaporizers. For those that don't know what vaporizers are, they're devices that convert the liquid form of liquefied petroleum gas into a gaseous state by providing it sufficient heat. One of these pipes was completely broken. The liquid propane spread along the ground and was eventually ignited by the pilot flame in the vaporizers. Burning propane vapors quickly spread throughout the area, and it began to affect the tank. This caused the pressure relief valve to activate and propelled burning propane flames into the air. When arriving units assessed the scene, fire had fully engulfed the whole tank itself. It was also venting out burning propane vapors through the 2 pressure relief vents located at the top of the tank. Responders described that they heard an extremely loud noise similar to a jet engine. The tank was cylindrical and had contained about 10,000 gallons of liquefied propane. Despite these conditions, firefighters still decided to allow the tank to burn itself out and attempt to save the surrounding structures. Once BLEVE occurred, it resulted into the death of those 2 firefighters and the injuries of 7 other responders there. The fire was extinguished after the explosion by other units because it ran out of fuel. It ran out of a fuel source and it was doused with a lot of water. Officials concluded that better training could have potentially prevented the firefighter death and injuries. They were not prepared or not have been made aware of the hazards of BLEVE. Metal parts can be projected hundreds of feet and can critically injure responders after a BLEVE. The shockwave from these events can launch debris and can also cause collapses from buildings adjacent, or it can also blow out firefighters out of a window or a roof. The firefighters had positioned themselves too close to this fire. They also did not realize how rapid a BLEVE can occur. These events usually occur within 10 to 30 minutes of the fire. The firefighters had arrived to the incident about 15 minutes after the tank ignited. And the explosion occurred about 7 to 8 minutes later into the event. Their best course of action for the conditions displayed was to retreat to a safe distance and rely on the use of an unmanned firefighting equipment. The results of this incident was unfortunate. However, it should serve as a significant learning lesson for the fire departments across the country. Effective training must be implemented and constantly performed to ensure that these consequences do not happen again. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.